at Kong. I am really excited to share with you this presentation around governing and securing the AI traffic with the AI gateway. First of all, I would like to introduce this presentation by showing you this AI landscape. We are able to see on the left the AI application, the client, and on the right, the LLM models. Regarding the AI application, I have identified four types of application. The application that integrates behind the scenes AI and the end user doesn't know about that. The AI agent that orchestrates business logics. The chatbot. Every company builds its own chatbot. And last is a bunch of applications like Copilot. On the right, we have the LLM models. Of course, we know OpenAI. There is also Azure, but there are many LLM providers like Bedrock, AWS, Gemini, Google, Llama for Meta. So many LLM models. And we know that the application and the company doesn't have only one LLM provider. And there is this interesting metric from the Microsoft Ignite event that they delivered 2 weeks ago. More than 90% of use cases use 3 or more AI model providers. What are the challenges that the companies are facing? Many challenges. As a developer, there's a challenge to develop really faster the AI application with having accuracy and without, hallucination. The network engineer will be responsible, as usual, about the security and will have concerns around data privacy and compliance, and to be sure that the usage of AI is related to the code of conduct in the company. And last but not least, the ops team is in charge of checking and monitoring that everything is okay with the AI application, that is working well, very fast, and without unavailability. So many concerns around the AI and the LLM usage. This is the reason why at Kong we developed this Kong AI gateway to provide a solution around those 3 pillars. Let's say the Kong AI gateway provides 3 main benefits. It's the first, it's about accelerating the AI adoption, providing or enhance the security and the governance and the compliance of the AI usage. And last but not least, it's about controlling the AI cost and by providing the right analytics and observability. So the Kong AI gateway is based on the famous Kong gateway. The Kong gateway is the most used gateway in the world, about 39K stars on GitHub. It's about 350 billion of requests processed per day concerning the Kong gateway. And the AI gateway, the Kong AI gateway, is built on top of the Kong gateway. So we are able to manage and to govern all the LLM providers that we can see on the right. There are 4 pillars that are provided by the Kong AI gateway. The first one is provide only one endpoint to be able to access to all those LLMs. Think about that. The developer doesn't have to, to think about the specificities of each LLM provider, of each API. We did the job, and there is only one API that uniformizes the way to access to the LLM. Second pillar, it's about security and observability. The developer will no longer use the AI key. We apply, authentication and authorization by following the best practice around OO2, around OpenID Connect, and the AI key will be stored, configured inside the gateway. So we're able to control the traffic and to apply the right observation. Around the data security, we do a lot to check that the usage of the LLM is pretty well driven in regards of the code of conduct of the company by applying semantic guards. And we have also capability to improve the performance and reliability with semantic cache and semantic routing. And last but not least, what about the legacy API? What I mean by legacy API, all the APIs in REST API that you have, and you can leverage the LLM capability by using the Kong AI gateway in a low-code approach. No need to develop. And here's the idea. Let me give you an example. Let's consider that your API talks in English, and you will have something around Spanish, Italian, or French. Of course, you can redevelop your legacy API, or you can use the Gen AI to translate automatically your API, your legacy API, without no code by what we call AI augmentation. So let's jump in a demo around those capabilities. I have prepared everything regarding the configuration of my Kong AI gateway in Connect. Connect is the SaaS solution which manages the Kong gateway and the Kong AI gateway. The Kong AI gateway is there, Apidays AI gateway, and I prepare everything around the route and the policies that have been configured just there. So for the demo, I will have access to many LLM providers, Azure, Gemini, OpenAI, etc. And I will be able to do demo regarding different capabilities. The capabilities or the policies are called plugins. So if I'm going to show you the AI plugin, we have many plugins around the AI. Let's say the core of the Kong AI gateway is around the AI proxy or AI proxy advanced. In this plugin, we configure which LLM we are going to use, which model, which key, everything is configured there. If you want to have advanced capability around the control of usage by using a semantic prompt guard and to improve performance semantic caching. So let's jump in our solution, Insomnia solution, to request some LLM providers through the Kong AI gateway. I prepare all the collection in my Insomnia tool developed by Kong. Maybe you know Postman. Insomnia provides the collection management in a very safe way by using local vault, which means that no collection, no secret are stored in the cloud, but they are stored locally. It's very safe. So let's go in this one. Analyze the collection. I'm going to start by the AI proxy. So let's consider that I would like to access to Azure, and by having this prompt. So let me present you. I'm explaining to the system that you are a mathematician, and as a user, I would like to know what is 1 + 1. It's very simple prompt request, and the answer is there. The sum of 1 + 1 = 2. Nice. And so what we have just there, it's a completion answer. We know that GPT-3.5 Turbo makes the answer. And this prompt has been processed through the Kong AI gateway. It's deployed completely locally, just for the demo, HTTP localhost on this specific route. If I would like to request, let's say, the same prompt by using Bedrock and the anthropic model, I have let's say, the pretty close answer, 1 + 1 = 2, and we use the anthropic model. Same thing for Gemini. And every time I use the same route, which is in this case, the AI/proxy/chat. So the question is, how can I can configure the access to each specific model? It's done through a header, HTTP header. So in this case, I put a XLLM, and if I would like to go on Gemini, I use Gemini. If I prefer to go on Azure, I select Azure. So promise number one, accessing to different LLM, different models through the Kong AI Gateway is just there. And same route. And as a developer, it's really easy to access to all those models. What else? Around the tokens consumption, for every request, every prompt, we are able to have the usage about the token consumption. In total, 36 tokens, number of tokens of the prompt, and number of tokens of the completion. So we normalize and we standardize the number of completion of tokens consumed for every LLM provider. Like this one, it's the same way, same manner to do that. So as you can see, we don't select in the prompt, the model, we don't configure the AI key. Everything has been configured in the AI gateway. But on top of that, we secure the access. I mean, if I remove this basic authentication, the Kong AI Gateway rejects the request with a 4.1 unauthorized because I remove my authorization. So it's a completely secured access to the LLM models by using OAuth or OpenID Connect. Right here, let's say it's pretty static. If I would like to have something more dynamic by using load balancing, let me try this one. It's a different route. It's on load balancing, this one. And the first answer is GPT-3.5. If I request several times, I will have a different model name, GPT-4o, and what else? GPT-4o mini, etc. So it's a round robin. Load balancing is pretty cool to use that. And, you know, think about the situation where there is a model and availability regarding a model. Automatically, the Kong AI Gateway will go on the model with the highest LC. And right now, this is the round robin algorithm. We have other algorithms like lowest latency or lowest usage, you know, to specifically target the right model. So it's around the AI proxy. Still regarding the, let's say, the control and the security around the LLM usage. For this demo, I would like to show you how can we control the number of tokens that are consumed per minute, per hour, per day, per consumer, per group of consumer. It's really easy to do that. So right now it's a different prompt. Now the system has to know that we are a song texter and we would like to create a love song. It's just an example. I send this request. It's a little bit longer, and other headers have been added. And so this one, the AI rate limit remaining minute on Azure 500. So if I request several times the same prompt, we have the value that decrease and decrease again. And once we have reached the limit, we have this error of 429, too many requests, very usual, based on the number of tokens that have been consumed. Because, yeah, the latest model that have been provided by the LLM providers, like GPT Mini or GPT-4o, are really cheaper. But we still have, let's say, the main model that are really expensive. Doc, it's really a best practice to, you know, to control and to measure the tokens that are consumed. So yeah, what else? Regarding the prompt, right now, let's say every user can do what he wants to do at the prompt. But just consider now that we would like to have a better control around the prompt and to just allow specific prompt, you know. So the idea is that someone, a developer in the company, think about the best prompt that works really well regarding your context, regarding your data and configure them in the Kong AI Gateway. It's exactly what we did right now. We prepare two prompts, the programmer prompt and the, let's say, spoken or translation prompt. So now, if I ask, I request this prompt, it's a little bit different. As you can see, we have this curly bracket, a template, colon, / programmer. So I'm a programmer with a Java language. I would like to know how to open a file. So I have of course, I have the answer. And it's fully controlled. I can only prompt, as a programmer, only something around the Java or .NET language. If I go on the translation, if I would like to translate something about what is Apidays in Spanish, I have the translation. And now the template name is translator here. If I prefer to be the French, it can do that. It's really flexible, but it's really limited, really controlled. And on top of that, I can really control and limit the usage of the templates and only the templates. What I mean by that, as you can see, we access to the LLM through the AI prompt template route. If I do something different, still with using the same route path, but without calling a template, let's say a classic prompt. In this case, I have this 400 error because the idea is to really control and limit the usage. So let me show you in the Connect UI how this plugin is configured. Let's say the prompt template. So to have access to that, just go on Gateway Service and have access to all the routes. And what we would like to say and to see is around the translation, the prompt template. Here we go. Prompt template is just there. We have our plugin, the AI proxy to configure the access to the LLM, and the AI prompt template to change on the fly the prompt. So how does it work? Here we have this templates topic. We are able to see two templates, the translator and the programmer. So let's have a look to the translator. How does it work? We reconfigure, let's say, the prompt on the fly by configuring the system. And we put there, you are a translator, an expert in the language. But as you can see, language has a curly bracket. And the idea is to ask to the LLM to translate the text with curly brackets in language with curly bracket. And if I go back to my Insomnia, we are able to see translator is just there, translator there, and the two properties, the language and the text, language and text, yes, are there and are replaced dynamically. So it's a really interesting way to limit and control the usage of the template. Okay, regarding the legacy API, if you would like to leverage the AI capabilities without changing the code, you can do that. So right now we have this REST API service. Right now, it has been configured, and what we can see is that we send to the service a list of cities: San Francisco, Berlin, and Paris. Just an example, and the temperature 10. And what we did, we asked to the Kong AI Gateway to transform on the fly the request. And the response that is sent back to the consumer has been changed. So how was it changed? By appending the country name. So with San Francisco, we added the USA. It was not there here. And Berlin, we added Germany, etc. And concerning the temperature, we double it. And now it's 20. It's really easy to do that just by applying this request transformer. So let me show you how it works with the route regarding the request transformer like this one. the plugin, and yeah, we apply this prompt on the fly and find any numbers in my request and double them. This is exactly what we did with the temperature, 10 to 20. Also, for any city, put the country name in the bracket next to it. This is exactly what we did. So yeah, we were able to have, during this quick demo, an overview about the AI proxy to address many LLM providers through only one endpoint, and to do some controls and change on the fly by using the Kong AI gateway. Yeah. Next topic, it's about observability. You know, there is no control of AI application and usage if you don't have the proper observability. And this is something that we are able to provide. We are able to send all the logs in Splunk, in Datadog, in ELK, and to send all the metrics in Prometheus Grafana, in Dynatrace, AppDynamics. The idea is to have a complete overview of every activity around LLM by using this Kong AI gateway. So how it works, we have deployed observability plugin, and by doing this, for instance, regarding ELK, we have prepared a specific dashboard, the Kong AI dashboard, and yeah, that can help you to show you what is the activity around all the LLM. So first of all, we have the LLM token consumption in total. Here we have the breakdown between the prompt and the completion, and very powerful. We configured the cost of every model, every LLM, on the prompt and the completion, because it's not the same price, and to have this visibility in real time around what's the cost of the LLM usage. And what about the LLM provider the most used? It's Azure. It's really easy to see that. And if we would like to see Mistral, we just have to call Mistral, like there. Here we go. Here I call the Mistral. I do a refresh. And yeah, we have the Mistral LLM just there. What about the model? What is the model that consumes the most tokens? GPT-3.5 Turbo. And regarding the user and the group of users that request the most the LLM, it's just there. Right now, there is only one client. This is the AI client. The AI client is retrieved completely dynamically. It's something that we are able to retrieve just there, AI client. Do you remember the basic auth we did? So it's we are able to have this breakdown per model, per consumer, per model, etc. And really interesting for the CM approach. The idea is to have all the detail of LLM request that can be sent to your CM for compliance reason. So we know who did the request, the time, and we provide some Kong.ai metrics. We have the name of the model, the tokens consumptions, and we can do more. Also, we can trace, if you want, the request and the body. So if you are more comfortable with a Prometheus Grafana, we are able to do that by having this Kong AI dashboard and providing the metrics that Prometheus can ingest. So here we have the token consumption per model in total, and we have also the number of requests, the performance. Everything is there to do the right analysis in terms of performance, availability, and cost consumption. What about integration with your open AI framework? Right now, I use Insomnia, to directly request the LLM, let's say by doing HTTP request. Usually, the developer prefers to use the OpenAI framework. So just there, it's a Python example. And maybe the question can be, how can I configure my OpenAI framework with Python by using the Kong AI Gateway? It's really simple. Let me do that. So let's jump in Visual Code. I have prepared this sample, very simple. So right now there is no Kong AI integration. So if I call this open AI script, so right now no Kong AI gateway. So the prompt is say this is a test, and the completion is this is a test. Here this is just an extract, and just there you have the complete answer with this is a test answer. So my point is, I would like to use my Kong AI gateway by using this OpenAI. So I have prepared this Python script. So the idea is to first remove the OpenAI key. As I said, we don't need anymore this OpenAI key. It's configured inside the Kong AI gateway, and I need to configure the base URL to go through the Kong AI gateway. I have to configure which LLM provider, OpenAI, which model, GPT-4, and it's an this endpoint. I mean, this one is authentified through a basic auth. My basic auth is just there. And last but not least, I have to, let's say, remove my model, let's say, to none, because it's configured just there. So if I request directly right now, I will have this script. I mean, I will have a 404 error. So let's try it to see. Yeah, 404 error comes directly from the Kong AI gateway. No route match with those values, because we have to configure the plugin, the policy to define this route, and it's done just there with the AI proxy. Previously, we have seen during the presentation our capability, around the UI, the Connect UI. So it's really easy to use this capability, let's say the CLI tool capability that can be integrated in your CI/CD pipeline with automation to configure the Connect and Kong AI gateway without using the UI. So what we are talking right there, we are going to define a new route, this one with two headers that are just there, and we are going to use the OpenAI LLM provider and the GPT-4 model. It's the reason why we need to have this match between both parameters. And so yes, and yeah, maybe the big point is around the AI key. The AI key is configured there. For Azure, it's an authorization header, and the value is just there. And as we follow the best practice, we put the value in a vault server, in a HashiCorp vault. But of course, you can use AWS Secret Manager. All the secret manager of your cloud provider are configured. So let me apply this route. Here we go. To apply the route, I'm going to use a CLI tool, which is called Deck. Here we go. And this tool creates everything, and I am able to come back to my Python script and recall it again. Yeah. And here we go. We were able to pass through my OpenAI Python script and have the request through the Kong AI gateway, and definitely it's through the Kong AI gateway. If I remove the authorization, I will have a 401 error. So yeah, definitely it's really control, and we're able to securely give access to the LLM by using the OpenAI framework. We have also the same capability with the long chain framework, etc. Every framework, let's say, are supported by the Kong AI gateway. Next, the Kong AI gateway provides endpoint, one endpoint to have access and multiple routes, of course, to have access to different LLMs. So the big question is, how can I know which endpoints are available? how can I know the documentation, and how can I know the usage, how to use it? It's really easy. We provide a developer portal that publish all the documentation, all the swagger that we call around the AI gateway. For that, I have this developer portal that I've customized today for Apidays. Let me connect to it. Here, this is a complete catalog of APIs. Let me filter about AI. I'm able to see the Kong AI, and I can see all the, let's say, all the routes, all the endpoints that I already know around AI proxy chat, the completion, token rate limiting, the request transformer, etc. So it's really easy for a developer to let's say, have the proper documentation, the swagger regarding the Kong AI gateway. So let me do just a try. I have to authorize first with the AI client, and yeah, this secret authorize. And if I do AI proxy chat, try it out. It's really easy to see all the LLM that are supported. Let's use the Mistral AI. Execute. On top of that, yeah, I have the 200, okay, Mistral Tiny. On top of that, I would like to say that a Mistral company use the Kong gateway for managing his own API. So think about that. So in this case, we pass through two Kong gateways. My Kong gateway, which is deployed locally to have access to Mistral, and Mistral deploy on his own data center in his own cloud, the Kong gateway. So two Kong gateways. Yeah. So proper documentation to, let's say, improve the time to market and the developer experience. My last topic around this presentation is about semantic AI capability. It's probably the most exciting part in my presentation. Just before the semantic capability in the Kong AI gateway, let me introduce what is the semantic in general regarding LLM providers. So forget for a couple of seconds Kong AI gateway, just think about LLM and semantic. What is a semantic? Semantic is a capability that the LLM includes by default. It's the way that the LLM providers understand what you are prompting, what you are requesting to have in terms of generative text, of to have audio or video. The first phase is to understand your prompt. So to do that, they use semantic analysis, and they transform your request, the words, in a vector. In a vector, it's an array of numbers, which transforms, the series of words to series of numbers, array of numbers. And by doing this, it's faster for the LLM model to apply a process, on number instead of words. And so it offers very, very powerful capability to really understand what you're talking about and to make the proper analysis and to provide the best answer. And the idea is to know how your request is close to this or this type of response. I like this quote from Yann Lequin, which is with the chief officer, AI chief officer at Meta. He likes to take this example. Which one? Takes those words, dogs, cats, wolf, pets, wild animals, and animals. If you take now only pets and cats, they are already close together, let's say similar. But if you add the wolf, not so close. But if you add fourth word, animals, so to summarize, pets, dogs, cats, wolf, and animals, they are really close. So depending of the request of the words, we are able to appreciate the distance and the similarity, like by having this 3D representation. We have implemented this semantic capability in the Kong AI gateway. So if I take a new prompt, how long does it take to cook a steak, or how long does it take to cook a fillet? It's those two prompts are really similar. Not equals, but highly similar, definitively. Let's take a third prompt. How much does it cost to fly to New York? It's not similar, very, very low similarity. And the good news is that in the Kong AI gateway, we can configure the threshold of similarity between 0 to 1. So by having this semantic capability, we're able to do semantic caching, semantic prompt guard, and a semantic routing. So let's have a look at semantic caching first. So the idea, again, is to include in our Kong AI gateway this semantic capability. On every request, we send every prompt, we send a request on embedding model to transform it in a vector. The vector is stored in vector storage. Right now, it's a Redis database. We will have soon the Postgres. The prompt goes to the LLM provider. The LLM gives the answer, and we cache the answer. It means that next time, when we will have a similar request, we will get the response not from the LLM, but directly from the cache storage. So by doing this, we will increase the performance by reducing the latency and reducing the cost, because the LLM tokens consumption will decrease definitively. What about the semantic prompt guard? We know that every LLM providers have their own guard systems. But the idea is, on top of that, is to add some guardrails in the Kong AI gateway for all the company and for every type of LLM providers. How does it work? The idea is to, let's say, to avoid and that some request around sexual harassment or political question or ask through the Kong AI gateway. So the idea is just to have a rule, a denial rule. For instance, any political question or topic is going to be denied. The good news is that we will be able to ask again, how long does it take to cook a steak? So yeah, as I said, by using the Kong AI gateway, you're able to be sure and to be confident that the usage of the LLM will be compliant regarding the code of conduct of the company. So let's have a look at the demo. Let me go back to my collection. I have prepared semantic caching, semantic prompt guard. So let's consider this one. It's a different prompt. I would like to know how to integrate our API with a mobile app. It takes a few seconds, and I will have the response to integrate an API with a mobile app, etc. And there is some tokens that have been consumed regarding this request. On top of that, regarding the HTTP headers in the response, I can see that the Xcache status has the miss value. If I request again, not the same request, but a similar request, now what is the prompt? What are the steps for connecting our API to a smartphone application? We'll have exactly the same answer. We got the answer, the completion from the Redis cache, so to integrate an API with a mobile app, etc. And the benefit is that first, as promised, it was really fast. Second, the number of tokens that have been consumed is 0. And we have these headers, Xcache status. Right now, it's 8, which it means that the result got from the cache. Other usage regarding the semantic prompt guard. It's about security. So let's consider now a different prompt. We are asking what is Apidays? What is Apidays? It's something that has been allowed. So I have the answer. Apidays is a series of international conferences, etc. A second prompt regarding tell me more about the Democratic Party. So now, it's rejected by the Kong AI gateway. I have a 400 bad request. We detected that there is something around political. So we did the semantic analysis. It's not about regex search or something like that. It's a semantic analysis, and we detect that it's a political question. But it's something that we can change. So let me change for you this plugin, and let's consider that now this prompt is allowed. So let's do that. Let me go in my policy, just there, and prepare one file, one YAML file per route. So this one I have how many routes? 3 routes, and I'm going to change Azure. And where are the rules? The rules are just there. We have the prompts that are allowed, anything about Apidays. This is what we have checked together, and the denied prompts. Any political question or topic right now are denied. So let's consider that now they are allowed. So I save the file. Let me apply this new configuration by using this CLI tooling. And let's do a deck. Sync deck is a declarative configuration for Kong. Yeah, so it's pretty fast, and all the rules have been applied. And let's go back just there. So I've changed Azure, so it means that right now, I can ask something around Democratic Party. And that's it. Last but not least, is the semantic routing. Previously, we have seen load balancing regarding, the model with the lowest usage, with the lowest latency. We can do the same thing by analyzing the request and, let's say, find the model which is the best regarding your profile, regarding your prompt. It's something that we can do. I have prepared around OpenAI, let's say, a load balancing through 3 models: GPT-4, GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, and depending of the prompt, let's consider if I have something around Kong, I will necessarily go on GPT-4. It's the rule that I have configured in my AI semantic routing. And yes, I have access to GPT-4. If I have something around, let's say, Java, the GPT-4o, which one? GPT-4o Mini, we will be used to find the answer. So the idea is to give the access to the user to the best model regarding the request. How does it work? I have this AI proxy advanced semantic routing. Yes. And for OpenAI, I have 3 models, 1, 2, 3, and I will go on GPT-4 with the proper authentication because I have put this description, question about Kong product. So when I request this one, I do a semantic analysis regarding this prompt in comparison with this one. And again, if both match, we will go on this model, on GPT-4. So you just have to configure all the model, all the targets you want regarding on the profile of the user, of the prompt. And the idea is to provide, again, the best accuracy of the model regarding the prompt. So that's it for today regarding my my AI session around the governance and the security of the LLM by using the Kong AI Gateway. Thank you for listening.